In late 2021, the Associated Press news agency did some serious pre-tournament research and checked all the leading hotel chains in Qatar as well as the aggregation sites, trying to find somewhere to stay for the entire World Cup, which will run from the 21st of November to the 18th of December. They found just one room in the whole country, and that was neither cheap, over $1,000 a night at a 4-star hotel, nor a particularly nice place to stay, located as it was next to Doha's very busy airport. Meanwhile, the Qatari authorities, having looked at past World Cups, are reckoning on receiving 850,000 visitors over the 4 weeks of the tournament. Not to mention all the officials, the media, the teams, and their support staff. So all of this really begs the question, where is everyone going to sleep at the Qatar World Cup? Now, things aren't going to be quite as bad as they appear. Associated Press recognised that most of the rooms had already been block booked by the tournament organisers to secure the rooms they needed for FIFA and assorted football bureaucrats, sponsors, their friends and the international media. It's also allowed them to stop early price gouging from hoteliers. Many of these rooms have now been made available as part of Qatar Airways all-in packages that combine flights, rooms and match tickets. Nevertheless, the numbers are looking tricky. For the first 2 weeks of the tournament, with all 32 teams and their fans in play, organisers are estimating that 559,000 visitors will come to Qatar. Peak demand will be around the 27th and the 28th of November, when they expect, amongst others, 276,000 ticket holders to be looking for accommodation. Now, of course, people won't be staying for just one night or just one game, though many people will be sharing a room, so the number of rooms required on any one night will not be the same as the number of matchday tickets. Taking all of that into account, the Qatari tourist authorities are reckoning on needing a peak supply of 130,000 hotel rooms and other rental spaces. Still, that's quite a lot for a country of just 3 million people. The numbers increase every day, but as of spring 2022, there are around 33 to 34,000 hotel rooms in Qatar. The country continues to build hotels at a frenzied rate, and the Supreme Council is hoping that as many as another 25,000 rooms will be available by November, although that seems quite optimistic. Even then, 60,000 is a long way short of that target, and the rooms are overwhelmingly inexpensive 5-star hotels. So what other options are going to be available? In the run-up to the FIFA Arab Cup, held in Qatar in December 2021, the organisers launched their Host a Fan campaign. Qataris were encouraged to take a visiting fan or two into their homes as guests or lodgers. In the battle between Qataris' deep tradition of hospitality and their privacy and conservatism, the latter seems to have won. Take-up was so low that the organisers aren't releasing figures. A better bet will be the 2 large cruise ships that will be docked in the city's port with views of Doha's skyscraper skyline. They will provide over 4,000 rooms, with a 2-person room available for £3,000 for 6 nights. And if that seems too steep, a more affordable option will be camping in the desert outside of Doha. After consulting with the organisers of the Coachella and Glastonbury festivals, the Qataris are building a small tent city, accommodating a few thousand fans about an hour south of Doha on a flat piece of desert between the sand dunes and the Gulf. Economically, it's an attractive option, but as the Supreme Council said, we've always viewed the ability to camp as an offering of traditional Qatari hospitality, not as a solution to accommodation shortages. Madinatna, a new satellite city about 15 miles outside of Doha, looks like it'll be doing much of the heavy lifting on this issue. 24 hotels are nearing completion, as is a huge complex of rental apartments that will, organisers claim, house up to 27,000 fans. They will unfortunately be completely hemmed in by a whole series of 5-lane motorways, slip roads and overpasses, but there will be beds. Call it another 15,000 rooms and we're up to a total of about 80,000. Still not enough. Qatar Tourism's holiday home plan is encouraging the locals to apply for licenses to rent out their homes on Airbnb, but the private market is looking very expensive. The best that Sky News could find, for example, was the offer of a 4-bedroom apartment at £20,000 a night. Now maybe at that kind of money there'll be enough private rentals to fill the gap, but then there may have to be other solutions. The Qataris remain optimistic, but at the same time, they are quietly refurbishing Doha's old airport to increase capacity during the World Cup. With accommodations so tight, they're expecting fans to commute from other cities in the Gulf like Dubai and Abu Dhabi in the UAE or Muscat in Oman. But either way, it's going to be tricky. That said, the Qataris are flexible, well-resourced and highly averse to bad publicity, like visitors without somewhere to sleep or World Cup stadiums going empty. One imagines that they will find some kind of solution to this seeming shortfall of rooms, and they remain adamant that all will be alright on the night. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you do enjoy Tifo, then you'll probably also like The Athletic. If you watch our tactics videos, you should go and read Michael Cox. If you're into data, read Mark Carey. And if you're into transfers, it's David Ornstein. Plus, if you're a fan of any Premier League team, then there's a journalist dedicated to you, and you can try it for free for 30 days now by clicking the link in the description.